What's up, everybody? We got a new type of video that we're reacting to. This is Lessons of. So these are from cartoon characters that have some amazing philosophies. I saw the video lesson where lessons we've learned from Jake. It was a really good video. And I see they made one on Uncle Iroh, and I see they're doing even more on Jake the dog. So we'll see how many more they'll do on Jake. But if you don't know, Jake is honestly one of the coolest cartoon characters, at least when it comes to philosophy and just explaining what it is to live life. So we're going to be checking out the episode where Jake almost lost himself and what it teaches. Came out 5 days ago. Let's go.
Wakes up in a world where everything is him. And at first, it feels like paradise.
Nice.
Everything
but comfort
you ever
left
want.
unchecked can rot the soul. This is the story of how Jake almost lost himself by living in a world too easy to love.
Too easy.
Jake's day starts off simple. He's lounging on the couch, lazily knitting. It's peaceful until a tiny green fly lands on his head. Except it's not a fly.
It's a wizard.
It's Magic Man.
The waffle doll shall fall, lest you eat the yellow dough.
And then he stabs Jake in the head with a syringe. No explanation, no punchline, just one of Magic Man's magical lessons.
Because this day, a magical life lesson comes to you.
Oh,
This
brother.
episode has been interpreted in countless ways. As an existential nightmare, as an environmental allegory, even as surreal psychological horror.
Okay.
But for me, it's something else entirely. It's confronting, it's beautiful, it's deeply human, and it's one of the most unexpected tearful goodbyes in modern animation. Allow me to explain by recapping the episode.
I haven't seen this episode.
After Magic Man injected Jake with something, he sent the shape-shifting dog into a deep sleep to wander a landscape made entirely of himself. Jake gasps. And then he wakes up somewhere new. At first glance,
He stabs him in his forehead where his
yet
third eye is too.
horrifying.
Everything's made of me.
And everything Jake imagines appears.
Oh,
Bet there's like
power of
a
imagination.
cool city or something around here.
It looks like a normal city here. There are sidewalks, apartment buildings, crosswalks, people walking around doing people things, all greeting Jake.
Hi.
That's so friendly.
Hi.
Except
I don't know about you guys, man, but greeting people is so nice. I just started greeting people without even talking. I just wave at them or I hit them with a thumbs up. I think they enjoy that more than speaking.
these aren't people. They're all Jake. And for a dog like Jake, that sounds like heaven.
Man, this place is awesome.
But then the first signs of the tearful goodbye starts when Goose shows up.
Who?
Hey, is that Jake?
Hey there.
Come on, man, it's Goose! Your best friend, Goose!
Because Jake and Goose do know each other. They've been best friends for 14 years. Just not on Adventure Time. The voice actor of Jake, John DiMaggio, is also the voice actor of Bender in Futurama.
Oh,
And the voice actor of
really?
Fry, Billy West, is Goose right now in Adventure Time.
Dude, that's so
now,
cool.
in Futurama, they were inseparable.
Yeah.
It's why Goose says,
Oh, Jake, you big goof! How long's it been? 2, 3 years?
Dude, that's
he's
Fry.
not just talking about in-universe time. He's talking to us. Because this episode aired just over 2 years after Futurama was canceled. And what
Dude, that's
better way
so
to say
meta.
goodbye than with one last party?
Come on, let's get you home. Everybody's waiting for you at the party.
Bro, that's
Party?
Fry.
No
Oh my gosh.
party!
Goose laughs and drags him along, like they've done this 100 times before. The place he takes him to? It's not just a party, it's a celebration of Jake. Everyone in the room, every single guest, is Jake. There's a fountain of Jake holding a coin with
Princess
Princess Bubblegum on
Bubblegum.
it. There's paintings of him, and him with his parents.
Wow.
The DJ? Jake. The crowd? Jake. The snacks? They're Jake too. And Jake? He just leans into it. He doesn't ask questions, he doesn't panic, he laughs, he smiles. He feels right at home.
Do it again, Goose.
Whoa.
Everything is easy here. Everyone is friendly. Nothing is
Cheeks
unfamiliar.
clapping, bro.
This world is built entirely out of Jake. And Jake
For
likes
Jake.
Jake. At least, at first. Because here's the thing. This episode isn't really about Jake being trapped in an existential nightmare. It's about him being tempted. Tempted by comfort,
To
by
stay?
sameness, by a world that never challenges him. That's the brilliance of Magic Man's magic. He didn't build a prison, he built a paradise.
Yeah.
And the most
Bro, that's the best type of prison, man. Because if the prisoners love the jail, why would they leave? Say I'm sorry.
dangerous part? Jake doesn't want to leave. And the truth is, most of us wouldn't either. It's easy to stay where things feel familiar, where you're never questioned, where you never have to ask who you are, because everything around you is already answering for you. But that's not living. That's forgetting. Forgetting what it means to grow, to ache, to change. And Jake, he's not just drifting anymore, he's dissolving quietly, painlessly, into the very idea of himself. Because when everything around you is comfort, you stop noticing how far you've faded. So if you've ever felt yourself slowly disappearing, not all at once, but moment by moment, day by day, Jake is about to show you what it takes to come back, and what you'll have to leave behind to do it.
Bro, this is so good. I'll say, if you guys are enjoying the video, hit the like button, bro. Shout out the lessons of. This is really, really good, man. I've had my own, not struggles, of course, but my own understanding on what it is to actually live in this world and what I enjoy doing. And what I've always enjoyed is learning and growing. And when you have the internet and you have cell phones and all this stuff, it's easy to take for granted the ability to learn something new, especially when you're living in a state of bliss. Like, everything is so comfortable. Why would you want to learn something new? Or why would you want to go to the gym? Why would you ever want to actually try to do something new? Well, as human beings, man, that's what we've always done. Like, literally, when it comes to just exploring the earth in general. When settlers came to the Americas, they started going westward, right? Manifest destiny, the ability to create a brand new life from scratch. I think this is something ingrained in a lot of humans, but because life is just so convenient, people aren't really looking inside themselves. And you can see all the destruction that comes from this just in reality. How many people are lonely? How many people are depressed? Even though they pretty much have a lot of comfort, they're just upset and they don't know why. They don't understand why. It always comes from inside, guys. Always.
Crack of Jake's comfort zone doesn't come from within. It shakes the ground beneath his feet. Jake quakes, they call them. Sudden tremors that ripple through the city of Jake. Buildings shake, streets warp. But no one panics, not even Goose. He just brushes it off.
What is that? Oh, that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
But it doesn't feel normal. Not to Jake. Something's off.
What is Goose
and then
hiding?
He realizes he's hungry. Really hungry. Goose offers him nachos, but when Jake goes to eat them...
All right! Ow! I was wrong, Goose. Jakey can't eat any of these nachos, but Jakey needs nachos!
They're all made of Jake. Man. Everything in this world is. And no matter how good they look, no matter how cheesy they are, they're not really food. They're him. That's when Jake starts to understand this world can't feed him because it's not real. It's familiar. It's easy. But it's empty. The second crack comes with the sea urchin, or Tinny Tim. It scurries up and tells Jake,
Mr. Jake! Mr. Jake!
Mr. Jake!
Mr. Jake! The mayor wants to see you straight away.
Jake follows it to the mayor, which of course is Zap Brannigan, but in here he's
Zap
a literal
Brannigan.
version of Jake in a top hat.
Now look, we're at Orange Alert here. Us are gathered the city's top minds.
Bro, I swear Zap Brannigan is like the IRL president of America. We won't say his name.
He's in a bit of trouble there. And the top minds made one thing clear. There's something going on with the world they're living in since Jake arrived. And it's bad.
And they've noticed that our seismographic troubles have increased exponentially since your arrival.
Luckily,
since your
Jake's
arrival.
Figured out. He says the word omelet. The world shakes. He's the cause of the quakes, obviously. And worse, he's also the cure. Eric Adamkinson, or Professor Farnsworth, lays it out plainly.
Good news,
If
everyone!
Jake leaves, that would mean the utter destruction of our world.
Bro,
I believe that Jake...
This is awesome. If Jake leaves, the copyright. Let me read this. If Jake leaves the world, that means the utter destruction of our world. I believe that Jake is an extra-dimensional being. A glob, if you will, a psychic field together. If he leaves, his flesh will reconfigure and everything and everyone here will disappear completely. Like their whole world is a lie. That's interesting. So you either get destroyed or you disappear.
See only one option left.
We should imprison Jake immediately.
No hesitation, no discussion. And suddenly, Jake, the guy who made everything here possible, is locked away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But maybe that's the point. I think what Adventure Time is symbolizing here is the way others around you could keep you small in life. If you start working on yourself to become the best version of you out there, people around you hate to see it. Not because
Some
you're
do.
evil, but because your growth reminds them of their stagnation.
Yep.
They say they support you, but they want you small, predictable, safe. So instead of encouraging you, they hold you in place. Because seeing you move forward means facing what they've chosen not to do.
Grow.
But there's always a way out. Just like Eric, who, with all of his theories, thinks he's found a way out. He'll journey to Jake's glob worlds to appease Jake's appetite with food that isn't made out of him and save everyone. But what he finds is not what he expected.
Almighty Jake Globs, I beseech your aid. Do you have bagels?
Finn.
No! Oh, I thought you'd be beautiful.
Now, in all the
What?
existential nightmare theories, people have speculated that Finn is supposed to represent Cthulhu, but I think it's something more personal. Ready? It's Zoidberg.
Zoidberg.
The last nod to a show both Billy
Professors-
and John
oh yeah,
didn't
that-
want to
with
say
the
a cheerful
noodles.
goodbye to just
Yeah,
yet,
yeah, yeah.
but they had to come to terms with it.
It's
just
me,
like
Dr.
Eric Adamkinson has
Zoidberg.
to come with terms with his god
Yes.
not being beautiful.
But you're not. You're hideous! Hideous!
This is something he can't comprehend, and he literally dissolves under the crushing weight of his consciousness. But the real heartbreak, that comes next, as this still isn't the tearful goodbye
This
the
is
show
so
truly
crazy.
deserved. That comes moments later, when we see Jake laying in his cell, alone, hungry, silent. The world he created is cracking under the weight of what it's missing. Challenge, change,
Yeah, it's nothing to do.
reality. That's when Goose returns.
Bro, slapping his cheeks.
Hey, you're hilarious.
Oh man.
And in true Futurama fashion, Goose bends the bars the same way Wonder Woman
Bending
bends
girders.
everything in Futurama.
That's how I bend girders.
Go.
Jake
It's
hesitates.
so funny.
But what if Eric Adamkinson is right? What if
Who?
you and all the J-peeps disappear and I can't bring you back?
If he leaves, this world is gone. But Goose doesn't sugarcoat it. He slaps Jake across the face.
Go eat, Jake.
Because Goose knows, real growth requires letting go, even if it means losing what feels like home. Goose symbolizes Jake's wake-up call, that it's okay to move on and step out of that comfort zone, even if it feels like it's at the expense of the others around you. So that's what Jake does. He takes a huge breath, steps out of his cell, and stretches straight up, with Goose waving his final goodbyes from the ground. As Jake grows taller, Jake people in the city get pulled into the ground, and then the city gets pulled in. The world, the comfort, the illusion begins to fade. Not in violence, not in anger, but in peace. Jake wakes up in the tree fort.
Jake? What's going on, man?
Bro eating chili.
Feeling okay?
Just getting a snack, Goose. Just getting a snack.
And that's the tearful goodbye. Not just to Goose, not just to Futurama,
To everything.
but to the version of yourself you built out of comfort, the version that never had to change. Jake wakes up, the beans are bland, the world is quiet again. And yet, he is not the same, because he left something behind, and he brought something back. You see, the comfort didn't disappear. The laughter, the jowls, the friends, they didn't vanish when the dream faded. They became a part of him. Quite literally, they were absorbed into him again. That's the thing we never really talk about when it comes to moving on. It feels like you have to leave everything behind.
For sure.
But you don't. You take it with you. Every version of yourself.
Everything you've
every
learned
moment
goes
you've
with
clung
you.
to,
Of course.
Every inside joke. Every time you felt safe.
This is part of
They
it.
fold into you like memories, like layers of warmth beneath your skin. Not to trap you, but to shape you. You didn't lose them. You grew around them. And that is how you say goodbye. Not with denial, not with resistance, but with gratitude. Because they were never meant to stay. They were meant to carry you here. And now it's your turn to go further. So
Move
when you
forward.
finally step out of that comfort zone, when you stretch upward like Jake did, you don't leave your past behind. You carry it
This is
inside
part
you.
of you.
That goofy version of yourself, that safe little world.
It still
Those
exists.
voices that cheered you on.
They still
They're
exist.
still with you, but they no longer define you. They freed you.
Yeah.
That's the lesson Magic Man left behind. Buried under a cryptic rhyme and a surreal dreamscape, a quiet truth. Growth means letting go, but never forgetting what made you.
Yeah. Don't forget where you came
If you want to see just
from.
how far Jake's growth really goes, how deep his powers run when he stops holding back, then you're gonna love this next one. Click here to find out how strong Jake really is. Because comfort might have dulled him for a moment, but when it counts, Jake is one of the most powerful beings in OO.
All right, and that's Lessons of, man. Thank you guys for watching the reaction. Yeah, again, you guys should definitely go check out the other videos in the series. I'm not sure if I will. I just wanted to check this out for one, like the episode where Jake lost himself, because I've seen Jake become enlightened, bro. Like, bro went to Nirvana. Like, that's pretty powerful, man. So to see where he could have lost himself and to know that it's just a representation of just being stagnant, it's empowering, man. Every day we try and learn. We try and do something different. We try and remember the wisdom that we already know. And the thing is, man, you just got to go back and unlock it. That's all it is just going back, rehearsing the same thing that you've done before and trying to remember. And if anything, teach it to other people if possible. So yeah, this was definitely a really cool video. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction to this amazing video. And until next time, it's your boy KhunShawn, signing out.